In today's video, I'm going to determine whether or not throttle body spacers and cold air intakes truly make a difference or not. And as of now, I already have a K&N cold air intake on my truck. But so I'm going to add a throttle body spacer to it and see if it maximizes the performance when they're both combined. But yeah, I got this from AFE. It's serrated and helix combined. Okay, I'm about to be in the process of putting the throttle body spacer on. So intake's off, throttle body's off. I got some throttle body carb cleaner. You can use brake cleaner too, it's the same shit. And I cleaned all inside of this because I had some good carbon buildup in it, but nice and clean now. And yeah, I'm gonna put this on. All right, today is the next day. Here's everything put together. I have some RTF on it because I just wanted to, it looked like it was a little loose up here, even though I have it all the way tightened. I didn't want to break the bolt, so I put some RTF around it just to be safe. But I'm gonna get some recordings of it. But on the way driving over here, the throttle body spacer combined with the cold air intake, you could definitely tell a bit of a difference on throttle response. The cold air intake itself, when you would floor it, the throttle response would be great, like almost instant. But with the throttle body spacer added, you could feel a little more power. It's like, I don't know, it's almost like a 10 horsepower gain. With both of these combined, it's probably like somewhere around like 25 horsepower gain, 25, and like 30-40 foot-pound of torque. Maybe not, maybe I'm tripping. But yeah, I'll give you all some pulls. It's pretty cool. It has no whistle sound to it because it's a serrated helix design, so it's designed really not whistle. But I don't know, you can hear the intake and you can almost a little bit hear the throttle body spacer, but my truck is so fucking loud because I'm running catback straights, you really can't hear it at all. All you can hear is the actual truck itself. But I turned it on yesterday. Well, hold on. Let me give you all a little representation. I got my throttle body spacer. Makes the truck sound like it's cammed because throws everything out of whack. You can hear the intake screaming for air. The truck sounds like it's cammed. All right, well, throttle body spacer is installed. Cold air intake has been installed, but you know. So I'm about to floor the absolute living piss out of this bitch. And yes, I can definitely feel a difference in my top end speed. Throttle body spacer, honestly, I mean, by itself without a cold air intake, I don't know if you'd be able to feel a difference, but with the cold air intake, I can feel a huge difference. When I floor it and I get past that first RPM range, I don't know, it's probably in like third gear and it shifts into fourth, it just wants to keep on increasing in speed. It keeps on eating in speed, which is good. With just the cold air intake and no throttle body spacer, it would shift, but it wouldn't shift all the way at like 7,000 RPMs. It would shift at like 5,000. It wouldn't get up in the RPM band like it is now. So with that extra inch from the throttle body spacer paired with the cold air intake, because this is me pairing it with the cold air intake, all right? I'm not doing it separately and or by itself. This is paired with the cold air intake. Both of them combined make a noticeable difference. It made a noticeable gain in horsepower and torque for me, definitely. It made a huge gain in the torque for me from coming from a V6. And yeah, so that was me flooring it. It's pretty cool because, so for instance, my truck, it has catback straight, so it used to get loud in 3,000 RPMs. Now it gets loud in 2,200 to 2,500 RPMs. So I guess it gets that little more airflow. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. So if you have a cold air intake and you're thinking about buying a throttle body spacer, but you don't know if it's gonna be a waste of money, combined with a cold air intake, it is not a waste of money. It is a good investment for your car or truck or whatever the fuck. But anyways, so yeah, that's the part of this clip. It's good. Throttle body spacer is good. I approve of it. I definitely approve of it. With the cold air intake combined. I was really skeptical about it because I was like, yeah, what the fuck is this gonna do? But I guess it adds an extra inch to the intake and, you know, gives you more, maximizes combustion in your engine and yada yada. But anyways, that's that. Now I got to drop off a hose at my old boss man's house. But yeah, catch y'all on the next clip. Normal driving. All right, about to get on the interstate. Now, out of this throttle body spacer, I get 0 whistles. And I know that the serrated helix design was designed to reduce whistle sound, but you're supposed to still get whistle out of it. I get none. But then again, I might not be able to hear it because my truck's so fucking freaking loud. But hopping on the interstate now. Normal driving, just getting on the interstate. I mean, let me roll my windows up. Honestly, in my opinion, it's definitely worth it. I mean, what's the most you're gonna spend on it? 150 bucks just to add another bolt-on to a car that probably already has a ton of bolt-ons already onto it, and or might even have some work done to it. That's taking a little pause in the video. I'm taking this bitch to the car wash. I got a monthly membership to this car wash, so I don't know. You get like you get everything the car wash offers, I guess, which is cool. Here's the only part why I like this car wash, because you got the hot wax and you got graphene ceramic, and then it gives you some sort of ultra HD glaze at the end. It cleans up the truck pretty nice when you bring it through here every other day. Graphene ceramic. Even though the machine's half-assed right there. I got the truck out there. I am here working on a classic car. This is a 68 Volkswagen Beetle. It's a what is it, 1300cc engine. I am doing a tune-up on it, so I replaced the spark plugs, the coils, the distributor cap, the rotor on the inside, and now I'm trying to get this bitch in time. You're supposed to have this top dead center, but the top dead center mark on the pulley is fucking gone because this thing's 100,000 years old. So you have a 1 in 11 chance of getting this right when you switch the coils around. Final time I'm flooring it. Listen, I did this paired with a cold air intake, but the throttle body spacer by itself, if you did it with just your stock air filter, trust me, I'm sure it would make a difference, and I'm sure it would be worth it. I'm not saying that it wouldn't be worth it, because it definitely would. Any sort of bolt-on improvement that you could add on is going to add a little tiny bit of horsepower, a little tiny bit of torque. Combined with the cold air intake, obviously you'll get a little more out of it because you have the two of them combined, both working together. But when I had the cold air intake by itself without the throttle body spacer, because I've been running this cold air intake for like a year now, it definitely made a difference for me. Not like tremendous difference, and it might even be a placebo effect on myself, but I got 1.5 miles per gallon better in gas when I put the cold air intake on, and you know, you get a cool, my truck's pretty loud so I can't hear it, but the cold air intake itself, you can hear sucking in air, which is pretty cool. And yeah, I guess the stock air box, you know, it's a lot more restrictive because it's the flat filter, which is paper, but I had the Can-Am filter in it, so it's a mesh one. But you know, the stock air box is just a lot more restrictive, so the one that I got is just straight through. The tubing's a little wider, filter's humongous. But anyways, I give the throttle body spacer a 10 out of 10, and combined with the cold air intake, I give it a 15 out of 10. Tremendous results. So anyways, y'all know. I guess last thing I could add, so I'm running both of these combined on a truck, you know, on a stock, it's not stock, on a, I guess it's stock, I don't know, on a truck. So it's on a 3.7 liter V6. It's a dual overhead cam engine, 24 valve engine, but still it's a naturally aspirated V6, no turbos. So I could tell the difference with both of them combined on this truck. Now, if you have both of them combined on a turboed car or some sort of naturally aspirated 5.0 or something that's really fast, you would definitely get even more of a noticeable difference out of something that's turboed or something that's supercharged or something that's naturally aspirated, but it's a V8. I mean, for a V6, this truck is all right. It pushes 315 horsepower out of the factory stock, and I've added a couple bolt-ons to it, so I don't know, it's probably like 320 by now. This video was supposed to be uploaded like 2 days ago, but I've been so busy at work trying to catch up with everything. Anyways, I've had this throttle body spacer on for about 3 days now, 4 days, something like that. The throttle body spacer, I got a mile per gallon gain in gas. So combined, I get 3 miles per gallon total in gas with the two of them combined. So I think it's a good investment if you want to just one or the other. I mean, or both combined. I think either way is worth it. It's got a lot of low end torque compared to just being stock. Kind of opens up a little more in the low RPM band and kind of gives you a little more low end torque. So this throttle body spacer came with a gasket that goes between the front of the spacer and the rear of the throttle body. And then it came with an extra breather hose, 2 clamps, and 4 extra bolts, screws, bolts, and washer, screws, bolts, whatever you want to call them. And so, yes, here's the actual throttle body spacer itself. It's about an inch thick, probably. And like I said, it's the serrated Helix design, so it's 2-in-1. They have the Helix design, which is what's on the bottom, that little, my hands are dirty because I've been working in the shop all day, but so it's meant to maximize airflow and add more combustion into your engine, and I guess it's supposed to add a little whistle effect, whatever. But anyways, a lot of people get these and probably already have intakes to pair it with, like cold air intakes, but some people just get them and just have them without them. But in my video, in this video here, we're going to have the throttle body spacer paired with a K&N cold air intake, so it should add an extra inch to the intake. And yeah, see what happens. So when I was looking at throttle body spacers, at first I wasn't going to get this one. I was going to get the full Helix design, but then I ended up finding this, and my truck is a 3.7 F-150, and this throttle body spacer right here was designed for a 3.7 Mustang, but it also fits on the 3.7 F-150, so yeah, I'm going to throw it on there and let y'all know what happens.